Selvarani, Assistant Professor, Department of Nautical Science, Amet University. The topic of discussion is high voltage on ships and safety. So the evaluation of high voltage ships is due to the requirement of transportation of goods and people. High voltage, what are the advantages? Today we are discussing about the advantages, disadvantages of high voltage, then evaluation of high voltage, then possible hazards and injuries due to high voltage, which will help us to understand the electrical safety on high voltage onboard ships. So the voltage above 1000 voltage is high voltage. So the different types of voltages on board ship is 3.3 kV, 6.6 kV and 11 kV. It depends, the number of generators on ships depends upon the requirement and size of the ship. So it may be a medium sized ship or a large ship or a cruise liner. So for a large ship, it may need 6.6 kV 3 generators or 11 kV 1 or 2 generators. But for a cruise liner, according to the size of the ship, because it is a public transportation, so according to the size of the ship, generator voltage varies. So when it goes to high voltage, safety is a very important aspect on board ships. When you want to increase the voltage, the current reduces. So the total power, the equation of the power is equal to the product of voltage and current. So for example, 440 into 1000, 4 lakhs 40,000 volts. But if you are taking 11 kV generator, so 11,000 volts into 40 amps, power is same, but the current is reduced and the voltage is increased. So when you are going for reduced current, the space required for the generator is less, size of the generator is less, weight of the generator is less. So size reduction of space occupied by the generator is reduced. Then ease of installation. Since the size and weight is less, the installation is very easy. Then cost reduction is also possible. Then reduction is short circuit. Since the current is less, the short circuit level occurring in the onboard, when there is any fault, then the short circuit level goes down. When the failure is there, you can easily rectify the problem. Short circuit. So short circuit, what are the effects of short circuit? Thermal stress, mechanical stress and arcing. When the temperature rises, there is a higher possibility of thermal stress. Due to thermal stress, you will get mechanical stress. When there is a mechanical stress, then there will be an arcing occurring in the onboard, okay, in any electrical equipments. So to avoid this, we can go for lesser the current and increasing the voltage. So these are the advantages. So reduction in size, reduction in cost, easy of installation, less space and weight, and size of the generator. These are the advantages of going for high voltage and reduction in current. So what are the disadvantages? Arcing is the most disadvantage of higher voltage. So there are capacitance, there are inter-electrode capacitance formed inside the core cables in the onboard ships. So what is inter-electrode capacitance? This inter-electrode capacitance forms between the current carrying conductors, that is in the cables located in the wiring system on board. So the power system completely on board is affected by inter-electrode capacitance when there is a flow of current in the cables, because inter-electrode capacitance forms between the cable carrying current. Then if you are not following the safety rules, then there will be a fault occurring and that will be affecting the person who is working with that. Due to self-inductance and mutual inductance, there is also a possibility of energy storage inside the motors even though the motor is switched off. So due to the inter-electrode self-inductance and mutual inductance, the energy stored in the inductance has to be earthed. Suppose if a person is going to rectify a problem in a motor, then these charges has to be discharged, then only a person has to be allowed to rectify the problem in a motor. Even though the motor is switched off, you should be aware that the charges inside the motor are discharged through earth. Then only you will be safe when you are going to operate or rectify the motor problem. So these are the hazards which will occur on board due to high voltage. Okay. Then arcing. So arcing will occur between any two electrical charges. So arcing may occur when a person is working in between a confined space in electrical system. So when there is a screwdriver or a cutting plier drops in between two conducting plates, then there will be arcing across the equipment, a screwdriver or a cutting plier, between that conducting plate and the screwdriver. So that arcing will also create a short circuit and there will be a possibility of firing hazards. In circuit breakers in onboard, high voltage circuit breakers on board, due to that inter-electrode capacitance, there will be a possibility of flash high voltage arcing. So when a person is in that area, he may be get injured due to that fire, because 205 Fahrenheit temperature will be created when there is a flash in the circuit breakers. So these are the disadvantages when you are going for high voltage. So with that, I'll finish this topic. Thank you.